Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Zamira Simkins. I'm a chair of the Business Administration Department, as well as the interim chair and program director for the Stevenson University online programs in Business Administration, Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics, Computer Information Systems, and Digital Transformation and Innovation. First, I'm going to introduce a little bit information about myself and then about the programs that I oversee. I started at Stevenson University around 2007, 2008, first as an adjunct faculty in the business administration program, and then later on joined as a full-time faculty. And given this long experience that I've had at Stevenson, I must say that one of the most pleasurable things was always working with the students and getting to know all the people and then seeing how they begin their education at Stevenson and then move on to their careers and become distinguished professionals in their specific field, and often will return and give back to the community by teaching some of the courses that we offer in these programs. And so the cycle of starting at Stevenson and then eventually giving back to our Stevenson community is probably something that has been always drawing me to Stevenson University. Just being able to make a difference in students' lives. Now, in terms of my professional background, I have started at a brokerage company as a research analyst and later on oversaw an institutional sales team that worked with large companies, pension funds primarily. So I bring a lot of financial industry experience to my job. A lot of our adjunct faculty are pretty much the same depending on the programs that you are taking. You might have a chief information officer teaching some of your classes, or a chief security officer teaching some of your courses, or maybe a president or a CFO of a bank teaching some of the business courses and so forth. And so it is always nice to see how not only the faculty provides educational experience to our students, but also hear more from the students. Because believe it or not, sometimes in the field that you are working in, as many of you are working professionals, you might see some of the trends that are bubbling up, and so bringing them to the classroom is what provides this enriching educational experience to all. Now, as for the programs that I oversee three undergraduate programs in business administration, computer information systems, and cybersecurity and digital forensics, and two graduate programs in digital transformation innovation and cybersecurity and digital forensics. And then some of the courses from the cybersecurity graduate program are also part of a graduate certificate in digital forensics. And so I'm going to talk more about each of them in details in just a few minutes. But I also wanted to attract your attention to all the colorful logos that I have on this slide, because our Bachelor of Science program in Business Administration has been recently accredited by the International Accreditation Council for Business Education, or IACBE, which basically means that we had an external body verify the quality of the education and, most importantly, student learning outcomes in that particular program by somebody who is outside of the university. Compared to the peers, we have done exceptionally well and are proud to carry the IACBA accreditation status. The cybersecurity and digital forensics, as well as the certificate in digital forensics programs, are carrying the special designation of the National Center of Digital Forensics Excellence Academic Center, and this designation is endorsed on us by the U.S. Department of Defense Cybercrime Center. The significance of this is that the courses and the education and the skills you will learn in these programs are aligned with the standards that are established by the Defense Crime Center and therefore what you will be learning in the classrooms is exactly what the companies and government agencies need on the job. And so that's why we have this designation, which is quite distinguishing, because there's only 16 universities in the country that receive this designation. And as a university, we're also accredited by the Middle States and Maryland Higher Education Commission, so your degree will be an degree from an accredited university and programs. So next, I would like to talk specifically about each program, what it's designed to do, what you will be learning in that program, what type of careers you will be able to pursue upon completing it. And for some of you, if you're already working, it might be just a step to further advance your career. But starting with business administration, this degree program is basically designed for students who would like to learn how to run a business. It could be related to healthcare, it could be related to banking, it could be related to sports management type organization. But basically the core classes that you will learn in this program, or go through in this program, that are included in this slide, are meant to prepare you to understand what's happening in the business, identify both problematic points as well as opportunities on how to do better, and then align your business with those opportunities so you can transform and survive whatever situations that you might be experiencing. And this particularly became critical when COVID started, and some businesses were able to understand where they are and figure out the challenges and then how to address those challenges. And so you'll take courses anywhere from accounting, so you know what the numbers are in your business, how well or poorly you are doing, to strategic management, which enables you to really develop a strategy on how to grow your business. The employment opportunities are really broad, because this degree program is designed to enable somebody to work in any type of an industry. And so we have often students working as operations managers or business analysts, or strategic planners, or asset compliance officers, and so forth. So those are the really great opportunities. But what makes this program unique is that the program has an advisory board that meets at least once a year, reviews with the faculty how the students in the program have been doing, what are some of the new trends that business professionals need to be aware of, and then what new maybe areas they need to master so that they can be integrated into the curriculum. And so one of the recent innovations in this program has been addition of an applied business analytics course, a Management 300, that you see here. And that's what makes this program really unique, is because we're always on top of what's in demand by the professionals. Now, when it comes to our Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems, this program is designed for those who want to learn how to use technology to advance organizational performance. So what that really means in simple terms is this program prepares graduates that are both technology savvy as well as business savvy, so they can understand how they can leverage technology to help improve the business's performance or organizational performance. So our CIS graduates will see what are some of the challenges that we face. Can we apply technology to solve those challenges? And then if there are some business opportunities that exist, how can we use technology to help our organization to take advantage of those opportunities and continue to grow the business? So just as an example, one of the graduates from this program last year worked for Department of Labor, Maryland Department of Labor. And as a lot of people were being laid off because of the pandemic, and were trying to file for unemployment, but at the same time, the unemployment office itself was closed in the beginning of the pandemic. This one student, as he was going through the internship with the Department of Labor, was able to come up with a way to set up an electronic processing system so that the people could still submit their applications, or if they were having challenges submitting their applications, that somebody would be able to help them do that and then help move the applications through the system all electronically. He not only came up with a platform for this electronic submission, but also wrote the standard operating procedures on how to proceed with the process so the person that's unemployed has a smooth and customer-friendly experience. But at the same time, from the Department of Labor perspective, all the challenges of how do we make sure this was submitted by the right individual and wasn't just a fraudulent submissions and so forth. So those were integrated into the SOP, and that's where the computer information systems graduates come into play, and that's why they're highly in demand, because they can be a bridge between technology people as well as business people or end users. Now, our Bachelor's of Science in Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics is one of the more latest additions to our undergraduate academic programs. It is particularly in demand because in the Baltimore and DC area, there are so many employers that are constantly looking to hire somebody with this background and experience and education, because cybersecurity became this new hot challenge that companies experience, organizations experience, government agencies experience, and it has to do with how do you protect the security of digital information. And then if a attack has happened and some of that information was stolen, how do you trace what was stolen, who stole it, who was impacted, and what steps do we take next? And so that's what makes this program unique, is that it combines the element of securing and preventing potential breaches to responding to attacks that have already happened. So cybersecurity and digital forensics are the combinations that make our graduates in demand. The program courses are shown on this slide for you, but basically our students will learn anything from just understanding the basic fundamentals of cybersecurity and digital forensics to how to administer different systems like Linux, how to set up networks in a way that they would be secure, how to test the security of those networks, using ethical hacking methods, different elements like regulatory and legal elements when it comes to cybersecurity, how to respond to attacks, how to investigate them, how to trace the information to who stole it, what was stolen, who was impacted, notifying those impacted parties, to software side of things. So like how do you program maybe in Java or Python? So graduates develop really essential skills needed to both understand the hardware side, the software side, as well as the response side. Of cybersecurity and digital forensics. What also makes this program unique from the student viewpoint is the salaries in this area are quite attractive. Most graduates in this area will start in upper 60s. And so later on, I will show you a couple of tools that will help you to realistically assess what the starting salaries in each of these particular areas could be. So our next program is a graduate program in Masters in Digital Transformation and Innovation. And this program is somewhat similar to the Masters in Business Administration program, if you will, but from a technology side. So think about it this way. If you would like to grow in your career ladder from maybe a lower level management role to an upper level management role, all companies will require a graduate degree at that point, but also they want somebody who can see a bigger picture, these opportunities, and identify the strategies and steps that will be needed to be taken in order for the company to take advantage of those opportunities and grow. So let's think historically about Jeff Bezos, let's say, many, many decades ago, he began this electronic book idea. And back then, everybody was telling him that was completely unnecessary, that it will never catch on, that customers like physical books that they can purchase and read. And look what's happening now. Almost all traditional physical book selling stores like Barnes and Nobles are pretty much out of business, and ebooks and Kindle books are now the new norm. And so somebody who graduates from this digital transformation innovation program is basically the person who can do this, see the opportunity and stick with it and persuade the company and organization to carry that idea into fruition. And the reason our graduates can do this is because they have taken courses in innovation, for example, and creativity, specifically with application of technology to the business field. This program, for that reason, is particularly popular with our computer information systems and business administration undergraduate majors because it allows them to further their career and really apply themselves and innovate in their organizations and businesses to the next level. And that's why we have the two tracks in the program in emerging technology as well as in innovative leadership. Now, when it comes to our master's in cybersecurity and digital forensics, it's a logical step for those who is a complete cybersecurity undergraduate program or maybe computer information systems undergraduate program. Or even if you haven't had any background in anything computer technology related field in your undergraduate field, the program is really designed to get you going from the lower level, and sometimes we would recommend maybe taking a couple classes from our undergraduate cyber program just to give somebody the background if they have never taken a programming class or they have never taken a networking class, so that they can feel better prepared to step into the graduate program. But it is extremely in demand, again, for the reasons that cybersecurity is a critical element of any organization at this point. And then for people who are continuing to advance in their career, this becomes a necessary step to continue to advance. And we also have even undergraduate students who would do the bachelor's to master's program, both from their Stevenson undergrad into the Stevenson graduate programs. And the reason they would jump straight into the graduate program from their undergrad is because they might be already working in the field, or they might be going through an internship or co-op program where they will be able to continue to advance if they take additional graduate courses. And so the courses that are offered in this program have to do anything from being able to investigate the incidents, to identify potential intrusion, to developing software that will prevent vulnerabilities, such as, for example, through malware or from physical penetration of a network by somebody from the outside. It also has to do with how to develop databases and information systems that will ensure security. And even if there was a breach, then how do you trace what was stolen by whom, and again, who was impacted? So what makes this program unique, as I mentioned earlier, is because this program, as well as our undergraduate program, carries the National Center of Digital Forensics Academic Excellence designation, and we are only one of 16 universities in the country that have our coursework aligned with standards for the center. Now, as I promised, I would like next to show you a couple employment outlook research tools so that you don't just take my word as to how in demand these areas are, but you can also see it from the statistical data that's collected by various organizations. So I'm going to show it to you in a minute, but ONAD is basically an occupational network database that enables you to see what type of duties are associated with particular jobs. what type of knowledge, skills, and experience are required to perform a particular job, and then some of the salary numbers that describe either by state level or local level. The Bureau of Labor Statistics Occupational Outlook Handbook also does the same, and it's a lot more detailed, so I'll let you explore it on your own after I show you the other one. And then the final tool I would like to show you is our NACE salary calculator, which stands for the National Association of Colleges and Employers. Both colleges and employers provide real, true salary data to NACE. And so that's why you can identify what is a fair pay for a particular occupation in your specific area with your specific characteristics. I'm going to exit my PowerPoint so I can jump to ONAT first. So when you open the ONAT website, on the left right here where it says occupation keyword search, just type the occupations that you are interested in. So I'm going to enter information security analyst, for example, just to show you what the data here would look like. And it says it's a bright outlook because jobs in this occupation are growing at a faster rate than the national average. And then you can see in terms of what a person with this occupation would do. So anything from developing safeguards to prevent data on a computer from being stolen to monitoring the current reports, reviewing violations, and then determining what to do with them. And this is really a good way to imagine what you would do if you were to pursue that particular career. It also specifies the types of skills you need to have to be able to do the job. Provides a more detailed description of the different types of activities associated with the position. And then what I would like to show you right here is that it shows you that you need to have somewhere between 2 to 4 years of preparation to do this particular job. And so this is where the undergraduate degree in computer information systems, for example, would be sufficient. But of course, as you go through the career ladder, that's where the graduate degree will become critical. And then you can see in terms of the potential pay range, so it specifies the knowledge, skills, and abilities, but also as we get into the potential pay for this area, it's going to be at the bottom. So at the national U.S. level in 2021, the median salary was over $100,000. And then we can specify specifically, for example, for the state of Maryland, and you can put a zip code if you wish, but that gives you that in the United States, you saw the median was about $102,000, and right here in Maryland, it's almost $20,000 premium because of the location. And the other tool that I would like you to see is the NACE salary calculator. This one gives you a little bit more detailed breakdown of what you might be able to earn. So we're going to set, I'm going to just start from the beginning so you see how it looks like when you first go there. So you're going to type in the type of a job that you are interested in. And here for business administration majors, I'm going to put management analyst. Going to select project management analyst, for example, and then we're going to break it down by state. We're going to go to the state of Maryland and then the region and then submit. And it's going to say, okay, how much experience do you have? Let's say it's 1 to 5. And what degree do you have? And let's say you're going to have a bachelor's degree from a university in Maryland. It even breaks it down to the university itself. So we're going to select Stevenson. And your degree is in business, so it has direct relevance. And so as we retrieve the results, it shows that a management analyst in this area with those specific characteristics would on average make about $90,000. But then the starting point for somebody would be about $65,000, and as a career progresses, you can make up to $160,000. These are not theoretical numbers. These numbers are given by actual employers to NACE, so this is real data. So I'm going to jump back to my slides now. So again, this is a tools you may want to use just to explore more of your employment prospects. I will put the links to them into the chat at the end of the session. So here's my contact information, and at this point, I would like to take any questions you might have.